Good morning. Today was a struggle. I edited last night just because I was like, you know what, just get into it. Because yesterday morning was a shit show. Like, I gotta get back to editing at night. It just makes the biggest difference in the world. Except when your vlog is still like a big question mark. I woke up this morning, vlog was done. I rewatched it again just because I was like, I'm not 100% sure. Like I fall asleep. That's the thing too. I can't win. Like I need to edit the night before, whatever you want to call it. But then I fall asleep and it's like, it's too late. I got to do it earlier, but there's just no time to do it earlier. I'm literally doing it. Anyway, I watched the vlog again this morning, and and I even talked about this yesterday. The vlog is literally about this topic, that when there's not this like anchor, I don't know what to call a vlog. I struggle so hard to title my vlogs a lot of the time because there's just not this one thing, and so frustrating. The feeling I had this morning with that video was frustration, and I feel distracted. Funny enough, I'm distracted with my life. I'm distracted with work, and I feel like I'm just juggling too many things, so I forget things. Like, this is the fourth day that I've forgotten the hard case for the Pocket 3, so that I can, comfortably take it in with me to stores and whatnot. Like, I took it with me yesterday, and I hate keeping it unprotected because the Pocket 3 is so fragile. I don't know, man. It's frustrating to sit down and edit my vlog and just feel like I didn't do a good job for myself. I feel like it's so easy. It's so easy for me, but it just takes a little bit of thought. It takes a little bit of intentionality. And when I'm so focused on work and so focused on whatever it is that's in front of me, and it's boom, 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 boom. I have no moment to oh yeah, vlog. Oh yeah, grab the camera. Oh yeah, capture this. And then I blink and the day's over, and it's like, okay, cool. And then I get into something else. I get home, right? I had those AirPods. I'm like, sweet, get the AirPods out. Did that whole thing. Did my stream. It was great. But it's like going from one thing to the next, and completely forgetting about the vlog. And I hate that. I hate that feeling. I hate when that happens. And even though I talk through it, and I talk other people through it, and I give advice, here I am making the same freaking mistakes. And it's just frustrating. Second trip to Costco because my brother forgot to write down one item, 4 of one item, easy enough to grab, and Costco's not as busy this time of day as Restaurant Depot, so not a problem. Plus we're waiting on our driver to come back with our pickups in the second van, so not that big of a rush. Plus, I made good timing. What the fuck? Steak and eggs. I really gotta find another tripod solution. The one I use at home is just a little too tall, and everything else is just a little too short. It's 11:30. Our brother just left to go do the shopping. I am going through our database and categorizing literally every item. I'm sorted by uncategorized, and I'm just going through the list, and I'm either deleting items from the database that we no longer sell, no longer want to sell, and then categorizing. Everything has to be in a category, like everything. And I have an excluded category for items that we don't want in the app, but we still sell to some customers, because there's this line where on this side, these are things we want to continue to sell and things we want to continue to grow. That's our produce, our dry goods, meaning like our cups, lids, to-go containers, gloves, film, foil, that sort of thing, right? Those are the things we want to grow. On the other side are the things that we currently sell but don't want to sell in the future. We're going to continue providing those products to the customers we have now, but we don't want to increase that business and eventually tell those customers we no longer do those products. That'd be the stuff that we get at Costco and Depot. The things that you see me do 5 days a week, twice a day. Like that's where my brother's at right now. He's doing it. He does it by himself on Thursdays because I have my call with the app developers and I have a lot of other busy work to do. And it's one of the smaller days. But every morning, Monday through Friday, I go to Costco, Restaurant Depot, and sometimes the Shamrock store to buy very specific items for a small set of customers. And some of those days, it's a full cart, 2 full carts. That's the business we don't want to grow anymore. So that's in the future, but we have to make a decision today, like now, on those items. And we just discussed for the last like half an hour, like how I know what items to include in the app and which ones to exclude from the app. So he gave me his 2 cents. I agree with him. Catching up on a couple of vlogs while I'm at the desk here, and the AirPod Pro 3s are amazing. Switching back and forth between transparency mode and noise canceling is awesome. Now that I kind of figured out how to do that, just a long hold on one side. They do hurt my ears a little bit. Like my ears are a little like I can tell, like especially the left one. So I definitely want to drop the tip down to the smallest size and just see if that makes a difference. I'm thinking because of the tip, because of how long they are going into my ear, it's putting different pressure on my ears that the regular AirPods don't. So like that left one's definitely sore. Like I can feel that it's uncomfortable. So definitely gonna have to play around with that. Hopefully they get used to them. But so far, absolutely loving these things so much. Oh, and Ethan, I didn't get a coffee this morning because I didn't drink my first cup of coffee as early. So I actually took my first cup of coffee with me on the go. So it didn't really feel like stopping and getting a second one. I might get one on the way home. Otherwise, it'll definitely happen tomorrow. But thank you for your super chat yesterday during the stream. My next coffee will be on you.
You're going to say, like, look, I painted this myself. It took me 60 hours. That's cool. I made a better one in 3 seconds.
It's insane.
I just pressed a button. This sort of self-fulfilling prophecy on both sides. Like, everyone is in this fucking fever of war, of like a culture war.
On the way to the gym, and I gotta say, man, these noise-canceling headphones are almost a little eerie. Like, I'd wear my AirPods all the time when I was working, shopping, or I had my AirPods in probably for like 4 hours a day plus. And it does a good job of like, blocking noises because you basically have 2 plugs inside your ears. But the noise cancellation is kind of jarring when you take them out. Like, while I'm walking and have them in, cool, right? Everything's kind of muffled. I can hear my podcast or music that I'm listening to pretty great. It's awesome. You take these out and all of a sudden it's like, I'm hearing like air noise. I'm hearing like white noise. I'm like, is that what I always hear? And these things are canceling it out? Like, it's kind of nuts. It's gonna take some getting used to for sure. And that concludes another 5-week program at the gym. Feeling pretty good. Start a new one next week. I'm gonna look at all the plans and see if I want to stick to the same one, if I want to change it up. But obviously new workouts, same plan, or different plan. Either way. So something that I realized, I'm kind of bummed that I didn't realize it yesterday, but it's October, right? Yesterday was October 1st. Today's October 2nd. 2 years ago, yesterday, we started Vlogtober. We started daily vlogging again. And to my knowledge, and someone can correct me if I'm wrong, I think I've only missed 2 days in 2 years. It might be 3. I know it's 2 for sure. I can't remember if there's a third day I missed or not. But like I did Vlogtober straight, and then it was like the second week of November I missed a day, and I want to say a day in December I missed. And then at some point, it's been straight through ever since then. But nevertheless, Vlogtober 2 years ago is when I challenged myself to see if I could do daily vlogs again. And within 2 weeks, I had fallen in love with it, and here we are. Round 2 of daily vlogs. Now, obviously, it's a lot different this time around than the first time we did the daily vlogs. Kids aren't around, obviously. And I would say Tiffany's not as involved, but when we first started the daily vlogs, she wasn't involved back then either. If you go back to the first of the daily vlogs, it was pretty much like this. It was mostly just me, with the exception of in the evenings, I was with the kids and we would go to the park, we'd go to the arcade, we'd do pillow fights or forts or whatever. And, we do fun stuff like you do with little kids. When I started the daily vlogs, Bryce was 4 and Sierra was 6. So, at those ages, everything's fun, right? I can hand them this remote and they'll find something cool to do with it and have fun with it. And, so it was just, back then it was just capturing my kids doing fun, goofy things that kids do. And it just, it was a documentation thing, but also an entertaining thing, because who doesn't love watching little kids be goofy, Also, this time around, I care less about trying to fit into a mold or a model. I talk more freely about what's on my mind. I swear and cuss because this isn't necessarily a quote unquote family friendly channel. Most of that's changed anyway. And also I think because I did it for so long, 7 years straight of daily vlogs and then many years of off and on, that I just have a different view of YouTube and content creation in general. Now, obviously, I still struggle with the creation process, hence, yesterday's vlog and multiple vlogs where I still talk about my struggles with vlogging. And the reason why, so I think I mentioned this morning, the opening of this vlog. Yesterday's vlog, I talked a little bit about vlogging, right? And I talked about the process and my roadblocks and whatnot. And then I tried to kind of correct the ship and say, but this is part of the process, blah, blah, blah. The reason why I think I still have these vlogs where I talk about vlogging, even though I try really hard not to, especially in a negative component, I try not to complain. The reason why I still do is because, as I've confirmed now and am confidently saying, this is my hobby. So it'd be the same thing as if I was talking about golf and my swing and, I'm slicing on this with this club and I'm having a problem with this head. And, I try these new balls and you know what I'm saying? Like it wouldn't matter what my hobby was. It could be dirt bikes. I could still be talking about dirt bikes. I'm like, yeah, I got this new tire and man, it just, I don't like the grip. It doesn't corner well enough. The front end kind of slides out from under me, or I switched to these new bars. And I just don't like the height and the rake of them. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I think the reason why I just can't not talk about the vlogs in some capacity is because I love making these and I think about them all the time. I mean, literally doing it every fucking day. I'm making a vlog every day. And so there's no time for me not to think about it. And of course there's highs and there's lows, right? Again, just like any other hobby or any other thing that you're doing, that you're into, there's days that it brings you pure joy and you're so into it. Everything's dialed in and everything is just boom, 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 boom. And then there's days where everything falls apart, right? Everything goes wrong and you're super frustrated and you're like, throwing things around and hitting things, banging things. You're like, what the hell? I don't understand. What the hell is going wrong? Why do I even do this? Right? Like, I'm sure you can relate. I'm sure there's something that you're into, a hobby or something that you're into, where you have those days. You have those days, when you're doing your thing, whatever that your thing is, that just gets you super frustrated, right? And maybe talk to your partner, you talk to your friend that you're doing the thing with. Maybe if your golf buddy or your riding buddy or whatever it is. And you complain, you talk about it, maybe talk through like, how can I fix this for next time? How can I do a better job next time, right? I had this thought process because I was really upset that I was so tired last night that I left more in yesterday's vlog than I really wanted to. But by then it was too late for me to re-edit, re-upload, do all that stuff. And I was like, it's good enough. But I wanted to mention it. I wanted to talk about it because I had this kind of thought. And it kind of just coincides with it being basically the 2-year anniversary of bringing back the daily vlogs, the 2-year anniversary of Clintus.tv 2.0. So all this to say that I try really hard not to talk about vlogging in the aspects of like, what should I do and how should I do this? And, what are your thoughts on this? Like, no. It's more of, again, self-analyzing and self-reflecting on what I'm creating, right? I just started finally, and I stopped myself because as soon as I started listening to it, I was like, no, this is something I need to listen to when I'm doing nothing. This is something I need to listen to while laying on the couch or sitting in the hot tub, which actually might be the thing I do. But I started listening to Rick Rubin's book, The Creative Act. I think that's what it's called, The Creative Act. I bought this audiobook years ago when I first discovered Rick Rubin. And I was like, I definitely need to listen to this book, right? Read this book, listen to this book, whatever. And so I started it today on my drive to work. And like I said, within the first chapter, I was like, no. I need to be focused on this, be able to listen to this, have a notepad ready for notes, that kind of thing. But it's something that I really want to do because the more I listen to him on his podcast, more I listen to him with random clips that are on YouTube and whatever, and shorts, the more I realize that I need to listen to this guy and really take in his philosophy on the creative process, because I think it'll really help me.